Hey vlog! We've got a lot to talk about this week. It has been a busy one and a lot of good crocheting got done. So first things first, we'll start on Monday. I was supposed to upload my last video in the Unicorn Hobby Horse Crochet-along. And when I was watching through it Monday morning, I realized that it had exactly 20 minutes and it was like an hour, 55 minutes long. It started like flashing. It was skipping frames. For some reason, I had no idea what was happening. It was crazy, and so I kind of panicked, and I was like, "Whoa, what are we gonna do?" So I decided, I was like, "Well, I'm just gonna see if it was a fluke. I'm gonna re-render." So that took a really long time, and it did the same thing. So I ended up chopping it into 3 different segments at about 20 minutes each, and then rendering them separately because I did it on my computer where I just use Photoshop as my editing software. And the first 2 videos were done in on my husband's computer using his special movie maker software. So I ended up having him put those 3 segments together, render them again, and then finally publish it. So that honestly took all day on Monday, and it was crazy. And I mean, thankfully, like, everyone is understanding and very sweet about it. I was kind of panicked. But the unicorn is done. Last time we'll probably see it here on the vlog for a while, so we'll enjoy it now. But yep, it's all done. I mean, I'm really happy with how it's been turning out. I've seen a couple of people using the Unicorn Hobby Horse Crochet-along hashtag on Instagram. So that's been fun to see other people's ideas. So if you've been making one, use that hashtag because I want to see what you guys are making. I think it's really cool. Yeah, so that was Monday. Let's see, Tuesday. Actually, I guess I should start on Sunday. So I almost never crochet on Sunday because it's a religious thing. Because I want crochet to be my job someday, I personally feel like for me it's not keeping the Sabbath day holy if I work on my crocheting. And so I usually don't crochet on Sunday. I was working on a gift though, so I felt like it was okay this time. And also it wasn't doing amigurumi, so it felt very different. So I mentioned last week that I had some leftover yarn from the Winnie the Pooh, and I'm pretty sure my friend who I made that for doesn't watch these, so I can talk about this. But I wanted to use up some of the leftover yarn, and I'm thinking of making a lovey. So I made the blanket part, which I learned a lot when doing this. So it's not the cutest. I'm not good at doing blankets. I never have been, and honestly, I don't even know the basics, which is embarrassing to admit, but it's true. So I made this little blanket here. And so the idea is that I'm going to make like a Winnie the Pooh head and arms, and then attach it kind of to the middle here. So it'll be a blanket and a Winnie the Pooh. Oh my gosh, I've got dog hair on it. And so that's the idea behind this. If it doesn't turn out cute, I won't give it to her. It's gonna be for her son that's due in January. But I'm hoping it turns out cute because I like to give gifts, and if it's just ugly, I won't worry about it. I'll chalk it up to experience and let my daughter play with it. Yeah, you can tell I'm not very good at blankets because like the where I started here at the top is smaller than the bottom. So to try and mitigate that, in my border, I made it like thicker on these edges and thinner here, trying to even it out. It only kind of worked. Anyway, I need to do some, YouTube searching of my own and figure out how to make blankets. This is my first blanket ever made with blanket yarn. Think about that. Anyway, we've got way more to talk about. So, moving on. So, the big thing I've been working on this week is the elephant. Getting that pattern updated. And here's my finished elephant. And I got the pattern updated. I made a couple of changes. Not much. Mostly it was gauge and hook size. So I moved up to a 10mm hook for the whole project. Gauge is 8 stitches by 8 rows. Makes the 4x4 square. And it all worked out really great. What I changed besides those two things was attaching the eyes and shaping the head. Before I had you shape the head and then place the eyes. And that gets a little bit hard to sew the eyes on when the yarn has kind of been sucked in tight. So I did it backwards. I had you put the eyes on first and then shape the head. Just as I've been learning and evolving, I found that it's a lot easier that way. So I changed that, and then I also changed the arm pattern just a little bit. It still has kind of the same basic look, but the transitions between heights were not as smooth as I would like them to be as the arm went up. And so I just changed it. I think it looks a little bit nicer now. So yes, I finished it last night when we were playing D&D with our friends, and I couldn't stop hugging it. And so they asked, they're like, can I give it a hug? Yeah, of course you can. I think everyone should have one of these and hug it regularly because I think it's really good for stress and feelings of anxiety. I wouldn't say I'm an anxious person, but I do get stressed out a little bit, and just like giving a great big stuffed animal a hug makes life a lot better. So that was my big triumph. So the new pattern is up. I've sent it to everyone who bought it already through Ravelry and through my website. So that should be good. And then, guess what else I got done? I got the whale pattern on my website and on Ravelry. So it's published. It's all done. I am so excited, which means I have 4 patterns done, which was my goal for the year. My creaky leather jacket is making a lot of noise. It's another thing I did this week, not crocheting, but I got this leather jacket at a dollar store. No, I didn't. I got it at a thrift store for $1. And I thought it was really cute, but it had this horrible, like, massive collar on it. So I took the collar off and stitched it up. So this is my, first time wearing it. I think it's cute, but it does creak a lot. Anyway, side tangent. So I've got 4 patterns up. I'm so excited. I decided to do the whale pattern for $5 instead of $7 because it's more of a beginner pattern. It wasn't as complicated to make or test or anywhere near as complicated as the others. So I think I'm going to kind of keep that as a standard. The more complex ones will be $7, the less complex ones will be $5. So then the last thing for this week was I went shopping. I bought 3 balls. I got a I think it's called almond. Yep, I got almond and cream, or vintage white, I know is what it's called. Oh yeah, it is vintage white. Could have sworn it was cream. Sorry about that. And I don't actually remember what this one is called. But I bought this ball of yarn and have gotten started making it a something. Okay, it's not a surprise for you guys. It's a surprise for my daughter. My daughter, likes the show on Amazon called Wish and Poof. And there's a teddy bear in there, and his name is Bob, and he is brown with purple paws and ears and a nose and feet. And so, I mean, she loves him so much that I was like, I know how to make one of those. So I'm just following my panda pattern, clearly not making the transition, just keeping it a solid color. And I did buy the purple fleece, but I don't have it near me. So that's what I'm doing here. So yeah, that has been this week. There's been a lot. It's been really good though. And I am so happy that I've got those 4 patterns up. It feels really good to, it feels really good to accomplish a goal that you've set. So I'm really excited about that. I'm ready to start planning next year's goals as well. That'll be fun. So next week I'm thinking hopefully I will have had my attempt at this lovey made, and we'll see how that goes. And I will have made some progress on the bob for Rachel. The nice thing about her being so little is I can show you guys, and it doesn't spoil Christmas, because right now she thinks that Christmas is just the Christmas tree. She doesn't know it's a day, and she doesn't watch these. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys also had wonderful and accomplishing weeks. And that's it for me now. I will talk to you guys next week. Take care.